Before we begin, take a slow, deep breath. And if you enjoy calm, peaceful journeys into the natural world, make sure to subscribe and stay with us all the way to the end of this series. Let the gentle rhythm of the ocean guide you tonight. Now, settle in, relax your shoulders, and let's drift into the quiet world of fish. Fish have been swimming in Earth's waters for more than 500 million years. Long before dinosaurs walked on land, fish were already gliding through ancient seas. There are more than 34,000 known species of fish today. That makes fish the most diverse group of vertebrates on the planet. Fish live in nearly every type of water environment you can imagine, from icy Antarctic seas to warm tropical coral reefs, from deep ocean trenches to small mountain streams. Some fish are smaller than your fingernail. The stout infant fish is only about 8 millimeters long. Others are enormous. The whale shark, the largest fish in the world, can grow longer than a school bus. Despite its size, the whale shark feeds gently, filtering plankton and tiny organisms from the water. Fish breathe through gills. As water passes over their gills, oxygen is absorbed into their bloodstream. Unlike humans, fish do not need to come to the surface for air, though some species can gulp air if necessary. Many fish have a special organ called a swim bladder. This helps them control their buoyancy, allowing them to float effortlessly at different depths. Imagine drifting without effort, simply adjusting slightly to rise or sink. Fish do this naturally. Every moment of their lives, fish scales are often coated in a thin layer of mucus. This reduces friction as they swim and also helps protect them from infection. Some fish shimmer like living jewels. Their scales reflect light, creating flashes of silver, gold, and blue beneath the water's surface. The clownfish, famous for its bright orange color, lives among sea anemones. The anemone's stinging tentacles protect the clownfish from predators. In return, the clownfish helps keep the anemone clean. It is a quiet partnership beneath the waves. Many fish travel in groups called schools. Swimming together helps protect them from predators. When a school of fish moves as one, it looks like a single, flowing organism, twisting and turning in perfect harmony. This synchronized swimming is guided by subtle changes in direction and pressure sensed by each fish. Fish have a lateral line system along their bodies. This allows them to detect vibrations and movement in the water around them. Even in murky water or complete darkness, fish can sense what is nearby. Some fish glow in the dark. Deep-sea species, like the anglerfish, produce their own light through bioluminescence. Far below the surface, where sunlight never reaches, tiny lights flicker like underwater stars. The ocean is divided into layers. The sunlight zone is the upper layer, where most familiar fish live. Below that lies the twilight zone, dim and mysterious. And deeper still is the midnight zone, cold and completely dark, where strange and fascinating fish have adapted to extreme pressure. The coelacanth, once thought to be extinct, was rediscovered in 1938. It is often called a living fossil. This ancient fish has changed very little over millions of years. Some fish migrate incredible distances. Salmon are born in freshwater rivers, swim out to the ocean, and later return to the very same river to lay their eggs. They navigate using Earth's magnetic field and even their sense of smell. The journey of a salmon can span thousands of miles. Flying fish can leap out of the water and glide through the air for short distances, escaping predators. With enlarged pectoral fins, they can soar above the waves like silver arrows. The mudskipper is a fish that can spend time on land. It uses its fins to walk and can breathe through its skin as long as it stays moist. Seahorses are fish too. They swim upright and have prehensile tails that can grip onto seagrass. In a rare role reversal, male seahorses carry the eggs in a pouch until they hatch. Some fish can change color to blend into their surroundings. Flounders lie flat on the ocean floor, almost invisible against the sand. Others change color to communicate mood or attract a mate. The parrotfish sleeps in a cocoon made of mucus. This protective bubble may help mask its scent from predators. Goldfish have been kept as pets for over 1,000 years. They were first domesticated in ancient China. Contrary to popular myth, goldfish can remember things for months, not just seconds. Tuna are powerful swimmers. Some species must keep moving constantly to breathe. Their bodies are built for speed, slicing through the water with smooth efficiency. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, looks almost unreal. It is one of the heaviest bony fish in the world. Despite its size, it often drifts gently near the surface, basking in sunlight. Coral reefs are home to thousands of fish species. Though reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they support about 25% of all marine life. Reefs are sometimes called the rainforests of the sea. Some fish form cleaning stations. Smaller, cleaner fish remove parasites from larger fish. Even predators patiently wait their turn to be cleaned. Electric eels can generate powerful electric shocks up to 600 volts to stun prey or defend themselves. Yet most of the time, they use much smaller electrical pulses to navigate and communicate. The deepest living fish ever recorded was found more than 8,000 meters below the ocean surface. At that depth, the pressure is immense, yet life still finds a way. Fish hearts usually have 2 chambers, unlike the 4 chambers in human hearts. Cold water fish often grow more slowly than tropical fish. Some species of fish can live for decades. The Greenland shark may live for over 250 years. That means some Greenland sharks swimming today may have been alive before modern cities even existed. Fish lay millions of eggs, though only a small number survive to adulthood. In the gentle rocking of underwater currents, new life begins quietly and invisibly. As you imagine these ancient oceans, these silent coral reefs, these silver schools drifting together, let your breathing slow. The world beneath the surface is vast and unhurried. There are still hundreds more peaceful facts to explore, and this is only the beginning. So remain with us, relax, and let the calm waters carry you deeper into the soothing world of fish. Take a gentle breath in, slow and unforced, and let it drift out like a calm tide rolling across a quiet shore. Feel yourself floating, weightless, surrounded by soft blue stillness. We continue our peaceful journey now. Some fish have traveled through evolutionary paths that changed the course of life on Earth. Lobe-finned fish, ancient relatives of modern species like the coelacanth and lungfish, had fleshy, limb-like fins. Over millions of years, descendants of these fish eventually evolved into the first land vertebrates. In a way, every step ever taken on land began with fins moving through shallow water. The coelacanth, once believed extinct for 65 million years, was rediscovered off the coast of South Africa in 1938. It moves slowly, using its paired fins in an alternating pattern that resembles walking. Its calm, deliberate swimming style feels ancient and steady. Some fish possess armor-like protection. Boxfish are covered in hard, hexagonal plates that form a rigid outer shell. Despite their boxy shape, they move with gentle precision. Engineers have studied their body design for insights into stability and efficiency. Sturgeon are another ancient group of fish. They have elongated bodies and bony scutes instead of typical scales. Some sturgeon can grow over 6 meters long and live for more than 100 years. They move slowly along riverbeds like living relics from prehistoric waters. Fish scales come in different types. Cycloid scales are smooth and rounded. Chitinoid scales have tiny comb-like edges. Ganoid scales, found on fish like gauze, are thick and diamond-shaped. Plecoid scales, found on sharks, are tiny tooth-like structures that reduce drag. Shark skin feels like fine sandpaper when touched in one direction. This texture helps them swim efficiently. In tropical oceans, surgeonfish graze on algae throughout the day. They have sharp spines near their tails, used for defense. Despite their defensive tools, they often swim calmly in colorful groups. Reef fish frequently establish cleaning relationships. Cleaner wrasses perform intricate dances to signal availability. Larger fish approach slowly and change posture, allowing parasites to be removed. Even large predators like groupers participate peacefully. Trust beneath the sea is quiet but visible. Some fish use deception to survive. The false cleaner fish mimics the appearance of helpful cleaner wrasses. Unsuspecting fish approach, expecting parasites to be removed. Instead, the mimic takes a quick bite of healthy tissue and swims away. The ocean contains both cooperation and clever trickery. Many fish are sensitive to changes in barometric pressure. Before storms, some species alter behavior or swim to deeper water. Subtle environmental shifts ripple through aquatic ecosystems. In Arctic regions, polar cod swim beneath sea ice. They thrive in near-freezing temperatures. The ice above filters light into a soft, diffused glow. Tropical waters, reef fish experience much warmer conditions. Temperature influences growth rates and lifespan. Warmer waters often mean faster metabolism. Some fish exhibit schooling patterns shaped like spheres called bait balls. When predators approach, thousands of fish cluster tightly into a shimmering orb. The outer layer shifts constantly, confusing attackers. Inside the sphere, movement feels fluid and coordinated. In freshwater aquariums, neon tetras glow with brilliant blue and red stripes. Their colors appear almost electric under soft lighting. In the wild, these colors help them recognize their own species in murky streams. Fish eyes are adapted to their environment. Surface-dwelling fish may have upward-facing eyes. Bottom dwellers often have eyes positioned higher on their heads. Deep-sea fish sometimes have tubular eyes, pointed upward to detect silhouettes. Light fades quickly underwater. By 200 meters deep, sunlight becomes faint. Below 1,000 meters, darkness is nearly complete. Fish living in these depths rely on senses other than sight. Some deep-sea fish have transparent heads. The barrel-eye fish has a clear dome covering its upward-facing eyes. Inside the dome, its eyes rotate to track prey. It drifts slowly in the darkness, almost alien in appearance. In river systems, fish often follow seasonal flooding patterns. Floodplains provide temporary feeding grounds rich in nutrients. When waters recede, fish return to main channels. This rhythm repeats year after year. Fish hearing differs from human hearing. Some species detect low-frequency vibrations very well. Others communicate using subtle drumming sounds produced by muscles vibrating against swim bladders. Underwater sound carries far. In coral reefs, at night, crackles and pops create a soft natural chorus. Fish play vital roles in nutrient cycling. When they feed in one area and release waste in another, they transport nutrients across ecosystems. On coral reefs, fish waste provides essential fertilizer for coral growth. Even the smallest species contribute. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, can weigh over 2,000 kilograms. Despite its size, it feeds mainly on jellyfish. It drifts near the surface, sometimes appearing to bask in sunlight. Remoras attach themselves to larger marine animals using a suction disc. They travel long distances effortlessly. Though often seen on sharks, they also attach to turtles and whales. Some fish are masters of speed. The sailfish is considered one of the fastest fish in the ocean. Its elongated dorsal fin resembles a flowing sail. When chasing prey, it can accelerate rapidly through open water. In contrast, seahorses are among the slowest swimmers. They rely on camouflage and stealth rather than speed. Their small dorsal fins flutter rapidly to propel them gently forward. The ocean contains hydrothermal vents where superheated water rises from the seafloor. Even near these extreme environments, fish survive. Vent ecosystems host unique species adapted to high pressure and darkness. Life persists in surprising places. Fish gills are delicate but highly efficient. Thin filaments maximize surface area for oxygen exchange. Water flows continuously over these structures. Breathing underwater is constant and rhythmic. Some fish produce antifreeze glycoproteins that bind to tiny ice crystals. Without these proteins, their blood would freeze solid. In Antarctic waters, ice fish glide slowly through frigid seas. As you imagine these icy oceans, glowing reefs, ancient armored fish, and drifting deep-sea creatures, let your thoughts soften. The underwater world moves at its own pace. No alarms, no urgency, only tides and gentle currents. We are steadily moving closer to 500 soothing facts. For now, rest a little deeper. Feel the calm blue surrounding you. Endless, steady, peaceful. And when you're ready, we will continue drifting. Together, take a slow, gentle breath in and let it flow out like a calm tide slipping back into the sea. Feel the quiet rhythm building, steady, unhurried. We continue now, drifting deeper into the peaceful world of fish. Some fish have been alive longer than entire civilizations. The Greenland shark, which we briefly mentioned before, is believed to live for centuries. Scientists estimate that some individuals may reach 250 to 400 years old. Imagine a fish swimming slowly through cold Arctic waters, long before modern technology, long before skyscrapers or electric lights. Time moves differently beneath the waves. Koi fish, a domesticated variety of carp, are also known for long lifespans. One famous koi in Japan was said to have lived more than 200 years. Koi are symbols of perseverance and tranquility. In still garden ponds, they glide slowly beneath lily pads, their colors glowing softly in filtered sunlight. Some fish can regenerate parts of their bodies. Zebrafish, small striped freshwater fish, can regrow damaged fins. Scientists study zebrafish closely because of their remarkable regenerative abilities. In laboratories, they help researchers better understand healing and development. Fish hearts beat more slowly than human hearts. The average fish heart rate depends on species and water temperature. In colder waters, metabolism slows and the heart beats gently and steadily. Many fish rely on camouflage not only for hunting, but also for protection. The leafy sea dragon resembles drifting seaweed. Its delicate leaf-like appendages allow it to disappear among underwater plants. Like the seahorse, it swims upright, slowly, gently swaying with the current. Some fish have unusual body shapes. The trumpetfish has a long, narrow body and elongated snout. It often floats vertically among coral branches, blending with the reef's structure. By remaining still, it becomes nearly invisible. The stonefish is considered one of the most venomous fish in the world. It looks exactly like a rock on the ocean floor. Its spines deliver venom only when stepped on or threatened. Most of the time, it simply rests, silent and undisturbed. Fish fins come in many forms. The caudal fin or tail fin provides forward movement. The dorsal fin along the back helps stabilize balance. Pectoral fins allow steering and delicate maneuvering. Pelvic fins assist with braking and positioning. Together, these fins create graceful, fluid motion. In coral reefs, fish weave between structures with extraordinary precision. They avoid contact not through conscious thought, but through instinct and sensory awareness. The manta ray, although technically a ray and not a typical fish shape, moves with wing-like fins spanning several meters. It glides effortlessly through the ocean, sometimes leaping completely out of the water. These gentle giants feed primarily on plankton. Some fish use tools. Certain wrasses have been observed using rocks to crack open shellfish. They carry their prey in their mouths and strike it against a hard surface. Tool use in fish reminds us that intelligence exists in many forms. Fish brains are structured differently from mammal brains. Though smaller, they are well adapted to processing sensory information. Navigation, schooling behavior, and predator awareness require constant coordination. Fish do not have eyelids. They cannot close their eyes. Instead, many rely on protective adaptations like transparent membranes or simply remaining alert. In dark environments, closing eyes is unnecessary. Some deep-sea fish have extremely reduced skeletons. The pressure at great depths is immense. Flexible bodies withstand compression more effectively than rigid ones. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, reaches nearly 11,000 meters. Even there, life exists. Snailfish have been recorded at astonishing depths. These fish survive in cold, crushing pressure that would be impossible for most surface species. Coral reefs operate like bustling cities. Cleaner wrasses set up stations where larger fish come to have parasites removed. Predators temporarily suspend hunting instincts during cleaning. There is an unspoken truce. Fish approach slowly, hover patiently, and wait their turn. Some fish change sex during their lifetime. Clownfish are born male. In a group, the largest individual becomes female. If the dominant female dies, the next largest male transforms into a female. This ability ensures reproductive balance within the group. Wrasses also demonstrate sex-changing abilities. Environmental and social cues can influence this transformation. Fish scales vary greatly in texture. Some are smooth and thin, others are thick and armored. The Arapaima, one of the largest freshwater fish, has massive scales that act like protective shields. These scales are so strong that they resist piranha bites. Piranhas themselves are often misunderstood. Though they have sharp teeth, they rarely attack large animals. Most species scavenge or feed on smaller prey. In the Amazon River, fish diversity is astonishing. Thousands of species inhabit its waters. Each occupies a specific ecological niche. Some fish leap during seasonal floods to move between forested areas. Flooded forests become temporary underwater worlds. Fish swim between tree trunks, feeding on fallen fruit and insects. The pacu, related to the piranha, eats nuts and seeds. Its teeth resemble human molars designed for crushing. In freshwater streams, minnows flash silver as they dart through sunlight. In mountain lakes, trout hold steady against gentle currents. Fish muscles are arranged in segments called myomeres. These segments create smooth, wave-like motion when swimming. Watching a fish swim can be hypnotic, a subtle side-to-side movement, steady and fluid. Some fish produce sounds by grinding teeth or vibrating muscles against their swim bladders. Underwater microphones reveal a surprisingly noisy ocean. At night, reefs hum softly with life. Bioluminescent fish create their own light using chemical reactions. Lanternfish have tiny light-producing organs called photophores. These lights may help them blend in with faint surface light filtering down. This is called counter-illumination. Predators looking upward see only a faint glow, not a solid silhouette. As we drift through these facts, imagine soft beams of blue light filtering through clear water. Imagine coral structures glowing gently. Imagine ancient sharks cruising slowly through deep, silent seas. The underwater world is not rushed. It moves with currents, tides, and steady rhythms older than memory. We are still only partway through our journey. More calm discoveries await. So breathe slowly, feel the quiet deepen, and let us continue drifting into the tranquil, timeless universe of fish. Take a slow, steady breath in and release it gently. Imagine you are drifting lower now, deeper into calm blue water, where everything moves in slow motion. The surface is far above, the light is soft, and the ocean feels endless. Let's continue. Some fish form partnerships that last only a few seconds. In coral reefs, hunting groupers sometimes signal to moray eels. They perform a distinctive headshake near a crevice. The eel understands the invitation. Together, they hunt, the grouper guarding open water while the eel slips into narrow cracks. When the hunt is over, they part ways quietly. Cooperation beneath the sea can be temporary, yet effective. Certain fish use mimicry not only for defense, but for hunting. The saber-toothed blenny mimics cleaner fish in both color and behavior. When larger fish approach expecting grooming, the blenny takes a quick bite and darts away. Even in calm waters, strategy unfolds silently. Fish scales are made primarily of collagen and covered with a hard outer layer. They overlap like shingles on a roof. This design provides flexibility and protection at the same time. As fish grow, their scales grow with them. Some species shed damaged scales and replace them naturally. The lateral line system continues to fascinate scientists. Tiny fluid-filled canals run along a fish's body. Within these canals are sensory cells that detect changes in water pressure. This allows fish to swim in perfect coordination inside schools. Even in darkness, they move as one. In open oceans, drifting seaweed like sargassum provides shelter. Juvenile fish gather beneath floating mats. These temporary habitats offer shade and protection. Life often forms around structure. Some fish can live in extremely alkaline lakes. Lake Magadi in Kenya is highly alkaline and salty. Yet certain tilapia species thrive there. Adaptation allows life to persist where conditions seem harsh. The mudskipper, which we've mentioned before, spends much of its life out of water. It uses its pectoral fins almost like arms. On muddy shores, it hops and crawls, defending territory and searching for food. Its eyes sit high on its head, giving it a wide field of vision above water. Amphibious behavior blurs the boundary between land and sea. Flying fish glide above waves to escape predators. Their enlarged pectoral fins spread like wings. For a few seconds, they are suspended in air. Then they slip back beneath the surface, vanishing into blue. Some fish use suction feeding. By rapidly expanding their mouths, they create a vacuum that pulls prey inward. This happens so quickly, it is nearly invisible to the human eye. The frogfish, though slow-moving, relies on this sudden suction. Patience, followed by precision. Fish hearts pump blood in a single loop. Blood flows from the heart to the gills, where it gains oxygen. From there, it travels through the body before returning. This simple system is efficient for aquatic life. Some fish have transparent eyelids called nictitating membranes. Sharks use them to protect their eyes during feeding. Others roll their eyes backward for protection. Even predators safeguard their vision. In freshwater streams, darters are small, colorful fish that stay near the bottom. They often perch on rocks rather than swim continuously. Their subtle movements match the flow of the current. In Africa's Rift Valley lakes, cichlids have evolved into hundreds of distinct species. Each occupies a unique ecological niche. Some feed on algae. Others eat insects or smaller fish. Rapid evolution in isolated lakes creates remarkable diversity. Fish can detect changes in day length. Seasonal shifts trigger spawning behavior. Longer daylight hours may signal time to reproduce. Nature keeps its own calendar. The Arctic char can survive in both freshwater and saltwater. It migrates between cold ocean waters and inland lakes. Winter, it slows its activity dramatically. Cold environments encourage conservation of energy. Some fish use sound to establish territory. The croaking gourami produces soft grunting noises. These sounds travel clearly underwater. Communication is often subtle, yet purposeful. In mangrove forests, fish weave between tangled roots. The roots stabilize shorelines and provide nursery grounds. Juvenile snappers and groupers often grow here before moving offshore. Mangroves protect coastlines from erosion and storms. They are quiet guardians of both land and sea. Fish eyes are often proportionally large compared to their body size. This maximizes light capture underwater. In deep-sea species, eyes may be enormous or highly specialized. In some cases, eyes are reduced entirely. Each adaptation reflects the surrounding world. Certain fish are capable of long-term homing behavior. Coral reef fish sometimes return to the same shelter night after night. Familiar territory provides safety. Memory guides them back. Some fish swim in spiral patterns during courtship. Others change color dramatically. The mandarin fish displays brilliant blues and oranges during mating rituals. Its colors seem almost unreal in soft reef light. Fish gill covers, called opercula, protect delicate gills. In bony fish, the operculum opens and closes rhythmically during breathing. This steady motion is like a quiet metronome of life. Cartilaginous fish, like sharks, lack opercula. Instead, they have exposed gill slits. Different structures, same essential purpose. Some fish can detect ultraviolet light. This allows them to see patterns invisible to humans. UV markings may help with species recognition. Underwater, perception extends beyond what we imagine. Fish have been featured in human art and mythology for thousands of years. Ancient cave paintings depict fish shapes. In many cultures, fish symbolize abundance, patience, or transformation. Their quiet presence has inspired stories across continents. In aquariums, watching fish swim can reduce stress. The gentle movement and soft sound of water create calm environments. Perhaps this is why you are here now, listening, drifting, relaxing. Imagine a reef at twilight. Colors soften into deeper blues. Fish movements slow as night approaches. Lanternfish begin their upward migration. Above, the moonlight touches the surface. Below, the ocean hums quietly. We are steadily approaching 500 soothing facts. There is no hurry, only gentle currents, steady breathing, and endless blue. Let yourself sink a little deeper into comfort. We will continue this peaceful journey together, calmly, slowly, into the quiet heart of the sea. Take a slow breath in and let it out even more slowly. Imagine you are floating just beneath the surface of a calm sea. The water is warm, the light above is soft, and everything moves in gentle rhythm. We continue now, drifting deeper into the peaceful world of fish. Some fish live in complete darkness for their entire lives. In deep underwater caves where sunlight has never reached, blind cave fish move slowly through narrow passages. Over generations, their eyes have reduced or disappeared entirely. Without vision, they rely on touch and vibration. Their world is not empty, it is simply different. In the deepest parts of the ocean, pressure is immense. For every 10 meters you descend, pressure increases. Yet, deep-sea fish survive thousands of meters below the surface. Their bodies are adapted with flexible tissues and specialized proteins. They move slowly, conserving energy in a place where food is rare. Some deep-sea fish have enormous mouths compared to their body size. The gulper eel can unhinge its jaws and swallow prey larger than itself. Its long, thin body trails behind it like a ribbon in the dark. Light in the deep ocean often comes from living organisms. Bioluminescent fish use light to lure prey, attract mates, or confuse predators. The viperfish has long, needle-like teeth and a glowing lure near its dorsal fin. It waits motionless, suspended in darkness, until something drifts close. Then, with a sudden movement, it strikes. Despite their unusual appearance, deep-sea fish are part of a balanced ecosystem. Each species fills a niche. In shallow coastal waters, fish often rely on tidal movements. As tides rise and fall, fish enter and leave tidal pools. Small blennies and gobies can survive brief isolation in these pools. When the tide returns, they swim back into open water. Tidal pools are miniature ecosystems. Starfish, crabs, seaweed, and fish coexist in shallow basins carved by the sea. In coral reefs, symbiosis is common. Clownfish and sea anemones are a famous example. The clownfish gains protection among the anemone's stinging tentacles. In return, it helps keep the anemone clean and may attract prey. Some fish clean not only parasites, but also dead skin. Cleaner wrasses signal readiness with a distinctive dance. Larger fish approach and hold still. For a moment, predator and prey exist peacefully. Fish migration patterns can follow lunar cycles. Certain reef fish spawn during full moons. The increased light may help coordinate mass spawning events. Millions of eggs are released into open water at once. Timing ensures greater survival. Fish eggs vary widely in size and number. Some species lay just a few large eggs. Others release millions of tiny ones. The ocean becomes a drifting nursery. Larval fish often look nothing like their adult forms. They may have transparent bodies and exaggerated fins. As they grow, their shapes transform. Metamorphosis in fish is gradual but profound. Flatfish begin life swimming upright. As they mature, one eye migrates to the other side of their head. Eventually, they settle onto the ocean floor, perfectly adapted to a sideways life. Some freshwater fish build elaborate nests. Male bowfin clear circular areas in vegetation to guard eggs. They remain nearby long after hatching. Parental care increases survival rates. In contrast, open water fish often rely on sheer numbers. Abundance compensates for vulnerability. Fish scales grow with the fish. Like rings in a tree trunk, scales record age and growth patterns. Scientists study them to understand environmental conditions. The otolith, or ear stone, also records growth layers. These tiny structures reveal temperature changes and life history. Some fish have transparent larvae that drift for weeks before settling. Ocean currents carry them far from where they were born. Settlement onto reefs marks a new chapter of life. In freshwater streams, fish often orient themselves facing upstream. This position allows oxygen-rich water to flow over their gills. It also helps them detect food drifting toward them. Some fish leap not only for migration, but to remove parasites. A sudden jump and splash may dislodge unwanted hitchhikers. Others rub against rocks to clean their scales. Maintenance is constant and subtle. Fish can exhibit problem-solving skills. Experiments have shown certain species navigating mazes to find food. Memory and learning play roles in survival. Fish are not mindless swimmers. They respond, adapt, and remember. In aquaculture, fish are raised carefully in controlled environments. Water quality, temperature, and nutrition are monitored closely. Healthy fish require stable conditions. Around the world, fish provide food for billions of people. They are sources of protein and essential nutrients. Sustainable fishing practices aim to protect fish populations for future generations. Overfishing can disrupt ecosystems. Balance between human needs and ocean health is essential. Some fish change habitats throughout their lives. Juveniles may inhabit shallow coastal waters. Adults move into deeper offshore areas. This shift reduces competition between age groups. The Amazon River contains more fish species than any other river system. Flooded forests create temporary underwater worlds. Fish feed on fruits and seeds that fall from trees. In this way, fish help disperse plant seeds. Life above and below water connects quietly. The Pacific Ocean is the largest body of water on Earth. Within it swim countless species still undiscovered. Scientists continue exploring and documenting new fish. Discovery is ongoing. As technology improves, deep-sea exploration reveals more about hidden ecosystems. Submersibles capture images of fish never seen before. Even now, the ocean holds mysteries. Some fish communicate through body posture. A raised fin may signal warning. Color changes may indicate stress or readiness to breed. Subtle gestures carry meaning. Fish breathe continuously. Water flows over gill filaments in steady motion. Even while resting, this process continues. Life underwater is constant yet calm. Imagine now a wide open ocean at dusk. The surface glows faintly orange. Below, schools of fish move like drifting clouds. Far beneath, tiny lights flicker in darkness. Everything moves slowly, rhythmically, peacefully. We are moving steadily toward 500 relaxing facts. For now, let your thoughts float gently. Inhale, exhale. The ocean remains vast and unhurried, and we continue drifting together through its quiet, timeless depths. Take a slow breath in. Feel it expand gently and release it like a soft wave, folding back into the sea. You are drifting now, deeper and calmer, surrounded by quiet blue water. Let's continue. Some fish glow not because they produce light themselves, but because they host glowing bacteria. These bacteria live inside special light organs. In return for shelter and nutrients, the bacteria provide illumination. It is a quiet partnership in the dark. The flashlight fish has light organs beneath its eyes. It can blink by covering and uncovering them. In the deep ocean, these flashes may help it communicate or confuse predators. Bioluminescence is common in the twilight and midnight zones. Down there, light is rare and precious. A tiny glow can mean survival. Some fish migrate not just vertically, but across entire oceans. Bluefin tuna travel thousands of miles between feeding and breeding grounds. They move through open water with steady determination. Tagging studies have shown tuna crossing entire ocean basins. Their bodies are built for endurance. Fish muscles contain two main types of tissue. Red muscle supports slow, sustained swimming. White muscle powers quick bursts of speed. When a fish darts suddenly, it is using white muscle fibers. When it cruises steadily, red muscle carries it forward. The shape of a fish tail often reflects how it swims. Forked tails are common in fast, open water species. Rounded tails are found in fish that need quick turns and short bursts. Some fish have lunate, crescent-shaped tails designed for long-distance travel. The caudal fin is like a signature of movement style. In rivers, fish must navigate currents. Salmon use powerful tails to leap over waterfalls during migration. Watching a salmon jump is like witnessing determination in motion. Some species can leap several meters high. Others use quieter strategies. Eels move upstream by wriggling through wet grass during rainy nights. Their bodies are flexible and persistent. Fish skin contains chromatophores, specialized pigment cells. By expanding or contracting these cells, fish can alter their coloration. This change can signal mood, dominance, or readiness to mate. Cuttlefish are famous for rapid color changes, but many fish can shift tones subtly. A fish resting may appear pale. During excitement, it may deepen in color. In reef environments, territories are often clearly defined. Damselfish defend small patches of coral or algae. They patrol their boundaries tirelessly. Even small fish can be surprisingly bold when guarding territory. Some fish form loose associations with other species. Goatfish stir up sediment while feeding. Smaller fish follow, catching bits of food disturbed from the sand. This is called commensal feeding. In the open ocean, pilot fish often swim alongside sharks. They feed on scraps and parasites. Despite swimming near formidable predators, they are rarely harmed. The ocean's relationships are complex and subtle. Certain fish can produce mild electric fields. Electric rays and electric eels generate stronger discharges for hunting or defense. But many fish use weak electric fields simply to sense their surroundings. This ability is called electroreception. It allows navigation in dark or muddy waters. Sharks also possess electroreceptors called ampullae of Lorenzini. These tiny pores detect the faint electrical signals produced by living organisms. Even a hidden fish buried in sand emits a small electrical field. Sharks can sense it. Some fish are incredibly small. The dwarf goby measures less than 1 centimeter long. In contrast, the whale shark may exceed 12 meters. The size range among fish is extraordinary. Freshwater fish account for about 40% of all fish species. Yet, freshwater habitats make up only a small fraction of Earth's water. Rivers and lakes are rich with diversity. Lake Baikal in Siberia contains unique fish found nowhere else. It is the deepest freshwater lake in the world. Isolation over time leads to specialization. Cave fish living in total darkness often lose pigmentation. Without sunlight, color offers no advantage. Their eyes may shrink or disappear entirely. Instead, other senses become sharper. Some fish produce protective mucus layers that contain antimicrobial properties. This slime reduces infection and friction. It also helps certain fish slip away from predators. Hagfish produce extraordinary amounts of slime when threatened. In water, it expands dramatically, clogging the gills of predators. The predator releases the hagfish, and calm returns. Some reef fish recognize individual faces. Studies suggest certain species can distinguish familiar fish from strangers. Recognition helps maintain social hierarchies. Fish cognition may be more complex than once believed. Cleaner wrasses, for example, remember which clients reward them and which do not. They adjust behavior accordingly. In aquariums, some fish learn to associate people with feeding times. They swim toward familiar shapes outside the glass. Memory in fish can last weeks or even months. The arapaima of the Amazon must surface regularly to breathe air. Its swim bladder functions like a lung. In oxygen-poor waters, this adaptation is essential. When it rises, it breaks the surface quietly, then slips back below. Some fish can survive brief periods out of water. Mudskippers move across mud flats using their fins. They keep their skin moist to breathe through it. In tidal zones, water comes and goes. Adaptability ensures survival. Coral reefs grow slowly, sometimes just a few centimeters per year. Fish that depend on reefs must coexist with this gradual pace. Reefs provide shelter, feeding grounds, and breeding sites. Without reef fish, grazing algae, coral health declines. Each species contributes to balance. Some fish travel in pairs for life. Butterfly fish are often seen swimming side by side. Their movements mirror each other. In shallow tropical seas, their bright colors glow against blue water. As the sun sets, reef fish retreat to sleeping spots. Daytime activity softens. Nocturnal species emerge. Squirrelfish, with large eyes adapted to low light, begin to forage. The ocean shifts in rhythm but never truly rests. Imagine now the dim blue fading toward night. Picture fish settling into coral crevices. Visualize distant lanternfish glowing softly in deep water. Feel the stillness growing. The underwater world continues, steady, timeless, unhurried. And we continue as well, gently making our way toward 500 calming facts. Let your breathing slow again. Inhale softly, exhale completely. There is nothing to rush, only the quiet drift of fins through water and the peaceful vastness of the sea stretching endlessly around you. Take another calm breath in, slow and steady, and gently let it go. Feel your body growing heavier, as if you're floating effortlessly in warm, quiet water. We continue now, drifting deeper into the peaceful current of fish facts. Some fish travel in enormous shoals that stretch for miles. Sardines gather in such vast numbers that their schools can be seen from above. like shifting silver clouds beneath the sea. During the famous sardine run off the coast of South Africa, billions of sardines migrate together. Predators follow: dolphins, sharks, seabirds. Yet the movement of the school remains fluid and unified. Each sardine reacts to its nearest neighbors, creating waves of synchronized motion. There is no leader, only collective awareness. Anchovies also form large schools. When sunlight filters through the water and reflects off thousands of tiny bodies, the effect is like underwater starlight. Fish schooling reduces the risk of any single fish being targeted. In numbers, there is quiet protection. Some fish prefer solitude. The betta fish, also known as the Siamese fighting fish, often lives alone in still waters like rice paddies. Male bettas build bubble nests at the surface. They blow tiny bubbles coated in mucus, creating floating cradles for their eggs. After the female lays eggs, the male carefully places them into the bubble nest and guards them attentively. The patience of a small fish tending delicate eggs is a quiet scene. Labyrinth fish, including bettas and gouramis, have a special organ that allows them to breathe air directly from the surface. This adaptation helps them survive in oxygen-poor water. In murky swamps and slow-moving ponds, they rise gently to take small gulps of air. Some fish are masters of disguise through behavior. The mimic filefish can imitate the color and movement of toxic coral species. By copying something dangerous, it avoids becoming prey. Other fish use sudden bursts of color to startle predators. Flash patterns on fins can confuse attackers just long enough for escape. The ocean is a place of constant subtle strategy. Fish teeth vary widely depending on diet. Carnivorous fish often have sharp, pointed teeth for gripping prey. Herbivorous fish may have flat teeth for grinding plant matter. Some fish, like sharks, continuously replace lost teeth. A shark may lose thousands of teeth during its lifetime, yet new ones grow in rows behind the front line, ready to move forward. Fish skeletons can be delicate or heavily reinforced. The ocean sunfish has a unique skeleton that supports its massive body, despite its unusual shape. Some fish have tiny bones so light that their bodies seem almost weightless. Flying fish, when gliding above the surface, can travel distances of over 200 meters. They beat their tails rapidly underwater to gain speed, then launch upward. Above the waves, for a brief moment, they are suspended between two worlds. In tropical lagoons, juvenile fish often gather in mangrove forests. Mangrove roots provide shelter from predators. These tangled underwater forests act as nurseries for countless species. Estuaries, where fresh water meets salt water, are among the most productive ecosystems on Earth. Many fish species depend on estuaries during early life stages. The mixing of waters creates rich feeding grounds. Some fish can tolerate wide ranges of salinity. These adaptable species are called euryhaline fish. Salmon and eels are examples, transitioning between freshwater and saltwater during their lives. Other fish are stenohaline, meaning they survive only within narrow salinity ranges. Fish blood contains hemoglobin, much like human blood, which carries oxygen through their bodies. However, certain Antarctic ice fish lack hemoglobin entirely. Their blood appears pale and translucent. Because cold water holds more oxygen, they survive without the red pigment most vertebrates rely on. Fish metabolism is deeply connected to water temperature. As temperatures rise, metabolic rates increase. As water cools, activity slows. This is why fish in winter often move less and conserve energy. In icy lakes, some fish remain nearly motionless beneath frozen surfaces. Above them, snow muffles sound. Below, life continues quietly. The lateral line system, which we mentioned before, detects vibrations in water. This allows fish to sense approaching predators or prey without seeing them. It also helps coordinate schooling behavior. Fish feel the water around them like we feel air against our skin. Some fish produce antifreeze proteins, preventing ice crystals from forming in their tissues. Without this adaptation, they would freeze in polar waters. Deep-sea anglerfish use a glowing lure that extends from their heads. This lure contains bioluminescent bacteria. In the darkness of the deep ocean, the small light sways gently, attracting curious prey. The anglerfish waits patiently, motionless, until something approaches. Then, with a sudden movement, it feeds. Many deep-sea fish have large mouths and expandable stomachs. Food is scarce in the depths. When an opportunity appears, they must be ready. In contrast, coral reef fish often feed frequently throughout the day. The reef provides constant sources of algae, plankton, and small invertebrates. Parrotfish contribute to reef health by grazing algae that might otherwise overgrow coral. Healthy reefs depend on this delicate balance. Some fish engage in mutualistic cleaning relationships, not only with other fish but also with turtles and even large marine mammals. Cleaner shrimp wave their antennae to signal availability. Large animals approach slowly, allowing themselves to be groomed. For a moment, predator and prey instincts pause. The ocean holds countless silent agreements. Certain fish display complex courtship dances. Male seahorses perform graceful movements to attract females. Some reef fish change colors dramatically during mating displays. Bright flashes of blue, yellow, or pink signal readiness. These displays are brief but vivid against coral backdrops. The ocean floor contains ancient fish fossils embedded in rock. These fossils reveal that fish once had armored plates covering their bodies. Over millions of years, evolution shaped them into the diverse forms we see today. From armored, jawless fish to sleek, modern swimmers, the story of fish is a story of adaptation. As you picture schools drifting like silver ribbons, as you imagine gentle lagoons, quiet estuaries, and deep midnight waters, allow your breathing to match the rhythm of waves. Inhale slowly, exhale softly. There is no hurry here, only the steady movement of fins, the quiet pulse of life beneath the surface, and the endless calm of the sea. We are continuing our journey toward 500 peaceful facts. So rest a little deeper now, and let's keep drifting through the soothing world of fish together. Fish regulate their body temperature differently from humans. Most fish are ectothermic, meaning their body temperature matches the surrounding water. This allows them to conserve energy, moving in harmony with their environment. However, a few species, like certain tuna and sharks, can maintain parts of their bodies at temperatures slightly warmer than the water around them. This adaptation helps them swim powerfully in colder depths. The shape of a fish's body often reflects how it lives. Streamlined fish, like tuna, are built for speed and long-distance swimming. Flat-bodied fish, like angelfish, can turn quickly and navigate complex coral reefs. Eel-like fish have long, flexible bodies that allow them to slip into crevices and narrow spaces. The ocean floor holds entire communities of bottom-dwelling fish. Flounders, halibut, and soles rest directly on the seabed, blending into sand or gravel. Some fish bury themselves completely, leaving only their eyes visible above the surface. The frogfish is a master of camouflage. It can change color and texture to resemble coral, sponge, or rock. Instead of chasing prey, it waits patiently, perfectly still, until an unsuspecting fish drifts too close. Then, in a fraction of a second, it inhales its meal. Patience is a quiet theme beneath the waves. Some fish form symbiotic relationships with shrimp. The goby fish shares a burrow with a snapping shrimp. The shrimp maintains the burrow, constantly digging and cleaning. The goby stands guard, flicking its tail to warn the nearly blind shrimp of danger. Together, they survive more effectively than alone. In freshwater lakes, pike are silent predators. They remain motionless among aquatic plants, their elongated bodies hidden in green shadows. When prey swims by, they strike swiftly. In contrast, filter-feeding fish glide gently through open water. The basking shark swims with its mouth open, filtering plankton continuously. Despite their size, these giants move with calm steadiness. Fish can sleep, though not always as humans do. Some species reduce their activity and metabolism while remaining alert to danger. Parrotfish, as mentioned earlier, create mucus cocoons at night. Other fish wedge themselves into coral crevices for protection. In aquariums, some fish lie motionless near the bottom while resting. The ocean never truly sleeps, but its rhythms soften. Some fish travel vertically every day in what is called teal vertical migration. At night, they rise toward the surface to feed. By day, they descend into deeper, darker waters to avoid predators. This daily journey is one of the largest migrations on Earth by biomass. Light changes dramatically with depth. Red light disappears first beneath the surface. This is why many deep-sea fish are red. In dim blue light, they appear nearly black and invisible. Transparency is another form of invisibility. Glass catfish have nearly transparent bodies, their bones faintly visible within. In open water, this makes them difficult to detect. Fish reproduce in many different ways. Some scatter eggs into the current, others carefully build nests. Male sticklebacks construct small nests from plant material and guard the eggs fiercely. After the eggs hatch, some fish continue to protect their young. Cichlids are known for their attentive parenting. Certain species even carry their eggs and babies in their mouths for safety. This behavior is called mouth brooding. Inside the parent's mouth, the young fish are protected from predators. When danger passes, they are gently released. In contrast, many marine fish release thousands or even millions of eggs, leaving them to drift freely. Only a few will survive to adulthood. The ocean's vastness holds both fragility and abundance. Fish have an incredible sense of smell. Salmon can detect the unique chemical signature of their home river. Years after leaving, they return with astonishing accuracy. Some fish can detect extremely small changes in water chemistry. This sensitivity helps them locate food, avoid danger, and find suitable breeding grounds. The boxfish has a rigid, box-shaped body covered in bony plates. Despite its awkward appearance, it moves with surprising precision. Engineers have even studied boxfish to inspire aerodynamic car designs. Nature often influences human innovation. The pufferfish can inflate its body dramatically when threatened. By swallowing water or air, it becomes a spiky, floating sphere. Many pufferfish also contain tetrodotoxin, a powerful toxin that deters predators. Yet in calm moments, they drift peacefully over reefs. The ocean is filled with quiet contrasts. Some fish are herbivores, grazing on algae and sea plants. Parrotfish use strong beak-like teeth to scrape algae from coral. In doing so, they produce sand. Much of the white sand on tropical beaches has passed through the digestive system of parrotfish. In this way, fish help shape coastlines. Other fish are omnivores, eating both plants and small animals. Feeding strategies vary widely. The butterfly fish delicately picks at coral polyps. The lionfish, adorned with flowing venomous spines, hovers gracefully before striking. Invasive lionfish populations in some regions have grown rapidly due to a lack of natural predators. Balance in ecosystems is delicate. Some fish migrate between saltwater and freshwater. Eels are born in the ocean, migrate to freshwater rivers to grow, and later return to the sea to spawn. Their life cycle remained a mystery for centuries. Even Aristotle wondered where eels came from. The answer lay hidden in the deep Sargasso Sea. As you imagine these migrations, these quiet reef gardens, these drifting larvae carried by gentle currents, allow your breathing to slow even more. The underwater world is ancient, steady, and vast. There is no rush here, only the soft pulse of tides, the distant shimmer of silver scales, and the endless blue stretching beyond sight. We are only partway through our 500 peaceful facts. So settle in, relax your mind, and let's continue drifting together into the soothing depths of the ocean. Take a long, slow breath in and let it drift out like a soft wave fading into the shore. You are deep now, surrounded by calm water and quiet movement. The world above feels distant. Here, everything is steady, timeless, gentle. Let's continue. Some fish have existed in nearly the same form for millions of years. The gar, with its long body and armored scales, resembles ancient fossilized fish from prehistoric times. It moves slowly through freshwater rivers, surfacing occasionally to gulp air. Like lungfish, gar possess a modified swim bladder that can function like a lung. This allows survival in oxygen-poor water. Bowfin are another ancient lineage. They glide through swamps and slow rivers, their elongated dorsal fins rippling like silk. These fish are living reminders of Earth's distant past. Fish otoliths, small calcium carbonate structures in the inner ear, not only record age, but also environmental history. Chemical signatures within otolith layers reveal the waters a fish has traveled through. Scientists can trace migration patterns through these microscopic records. In coral reef ecosystems, herbivorous fish are essential. Without them, algae would quickly overgrow coral structures. Parrotfish, surgeonfish, and rabbitfish graze constantly. Their steady feeding keeps reefs balanced. Coral polyps build limestone skeletons over centuries. Fish weave through coral branches, using them as shelter. The relationship between coral and fish is deeply interconnected. Some fish display territorial cleaning stations for years. Specific coral heads become known locations for parasite removal. Generations of fish may return to the same cleaning site. In sandy seabeds, garden eels live in burrows. Only their slender bodies extend upward into the current. When danger approaches, they slip instantly into their holes. Their synchronized swaying resembles underwater grass. The ocean floor also hosts flatfish that change color in moments. Specialized skin cells respond to visual cues. Even without consciously thinking, they match their surroundings. Camouflage can shift from sand to gravel to shell patterns within minutes. In polar seas, Antarctic toothfish swim beneath thick ice shelves. They move slowly through frigid darkness. Cold water carries more dissolved oxygen. Adaptations allow them to thrive where temperatures hover near freezing. Fish digestive systems vary based on diet. Carnivorous fish often have shorter digestive tracts. Herbivores require longer intestines to break down plant matter. Digestive efficiency supports survival in specific habitats. Some fish form massive spawning aggregations. For brief periods each year, thousands gather in precise locations. After spawning, they disperse again. These events are critical to population survival. The Nassau grouper is known for such gatherings. Protecting spawning sites ensures future generations. Fish populations fluctuate naturally. Predator-prey relationships maintain balance. When one species increases dramatically, others adjust. The ocean operates through interconnected systems. Some fish exhibit site fidelity, meaning they remain within a small home range. Damselfish may spend their entire lives within a few square meters of reef. Others roam across oceans. Scale of movement varies widely. Fish schooling behavior reduces energy expenditure. Swimming in formation can create hydrodynamic advantages. Water displaced by one fish benefits those behind it. Collective motion becomes efficient. In freshwater lakes, perch form schools for protection. In open seas, herring move in enormous synchronized waves. A predator striking into a school often finds it difficult to isolate a single target. Confusion protects individuals. Fish eyes lack tear ducts. Water keeps them naturally moist. Some species possess specialized lenses to adjust focus underwater. Vision is fine-tuned to aquatic environments. In murky rivers, visibility may be only a few centimeters. Here, smell and vibration become more important than sight. Catfish thrive in such conditions. Certain fish communicate through body vibration. By contracting muscles against their swim bladder, they produce drumming sounds. These sounds travel long distances underwater. Males may use them during courtship or territorial disputes. Some fish defend territories aggressively. Others tolerate neighbors as long as boundaries remain respected. Subtle spacing patterns maintain order. Fish larvae often drift for weeks in planktonic stages. Ocean currents distribute them widely. Only a fraction will settle successfully. Reaching adulthood is a rare achievement. Some reef fish live only a few years but reproduce quickly. Others grow slowly and reproduce later in life. Life history strategies differ dramatically. In kelp forests, fish shelter from predators among tall fronds. Sea otters, though not fish, help maintain these ecosystems by controlling sea urchin populations. Balanced systems rely on many players. Fish often serve as indicators of environmental health. Declines in fish populations can signal broader ecosystem stress. Healthy reefs and rivers support abundant fish life. Overfishing, pollution, and habitat loss threaten some species. Conservation efforts aim to restore balance. Marine protected areas allow fish populations to recover. When fishing pressure decreases, ecosystems often rebound. Resilience exists when given time. Some fish display remarkable homing instincts. They return to the same reef or river stretch year after year. Memory and environmental cues guide them. In aquariums, fish recognize routine. They respond to feeding schedules. Even simple organisms adapt to predictable patterns. Fish hearts continue beating steadily. Gills move rhythmically. Fins adjust subtly to maintain position. Life underwater is constant, yet calm Imagine now a deep reef at night. Moonlight filters faintly through the surface. Most fish rest quietly in crevices. Nocturnal hunters glide silently. The ocean feels vast and unhurried. You are floating gently within it, breathing slow, steady, peaceful. We are almost at the final stretch toward 500 soothing facts. The journey has been long and gentle. For now, rest in this quiet space. Let the steady rhythm of the sea carry you softly forward into the final part of our calm underwater voyage. Take a slow breath in and let it drift out like a gentle current moving across a quiet reef. Feel your body heavier now, your thoughts softer. We continue calmly and steadily through the tranquil world of fish. Some fish prefer the open ocean, far from reefs or coastlines. These pelagic fish spend their lives in vast blue expanses. There are no landmarks in open water, yet they navigate with precision. Ocean currents act like underwater highways. Fish conserve energy by swimming with favorable currents. The mahi-mahi, also called dolphin fish, is a fast-growing pelagic species. It glows with iridescent blues and greens when alive. In sunlight, its body shimmers like liquid metal. Swordfish roam deep waters during the day. At night, they rise closer to the surface. This daily vertical movement helps them follow prey. Swordfish have specialized heating organs near their eyes. These organs warm their eyes and brain, improving vision in cold depths. Adaptation often appears in subtle ways. The opa, or moonfish, is one of the only known fully warm-blooded fish. It circulates warm blood throughout its entire body. This allows it to remain active in colder waters. Warmth gives it an advantage in deep hunting grounds. Fish fins are supported by rays. In bony fish, these rays are flexible and segmented. In cartilaginous fish, fins are supported by cartilage. Fins provide stability, direction, and control. The dorsal fin prevents rolling. The anal fin adds further balance. Pectoral fins steer and sometimes allow hovering. Together, they create graceful motion. Some reef fish hover almost motionless in place. They make tiny fin adjustments to counteract water movement. This ability allows them to feed precisely. Butterfly fish often feed in pairs. They peck gently at coral and small invertebrates. Their movements are delicate and deliberate. In kelp forests, fish swim among towering underwater plants. Kelp can grow more than 30 centimeters in a single day. These forests sway with ocean swells. Garibaldi fish, bright orange and territorial, guard small patches of reef within kelp beds. They clear areas of algae to build nests. The ocean floor contains seagrass meadows. These underwater grasses provide habitat for countless juvenile fish. Seagrass stabilizes sediment and improves water clarity. Fish living in seagrass often have subtle green or brown patterns. Camouflage blends them into waving blades. Some fish possess barbels, whisker-like sensory organs. Catfish use barbels to locate food in muddy water. These organs are highly sensitive to taste and touch. Even without clear vision, catfish navigate confidently. In tropical lagoons, needlefish glide just below the surface. Their long, slender bodies reflect sunlight. When disturbed, they dart away in sudden bursts. The Pacific halibut can weigh hundreds of kilograms. Despite their size, they lie flat and nearly invisible on sandy seabeds. Their camouflage is so precise that predators often pass by unnoticed. Fish blood chemistry adjusts to changing environments. When transitioning from freshwater to saltwater, species like salmon alter how their gills process salt. This transformation happens gradually. Cells within the gills adapt to maintain balance. Osmoregulation, the control of water and salt, is essential for fish survival. Freshwater fish constantly absorb water through their skin. They excrete excess water to maintain equilibrium. Saltwater fish lose water to their environment. They drink seawater and excrete excess salt. These invisible processes happen continuously. Some fish can produce toxins in their skin. Lionfish have venomous spines for defense. Pufferfish contain powerful toxins within their organs. Despite this, many species coexist peacefully within reef ecosystems. Color patterns often signal danger. Bright markings may warn predators of toxicity. This is called aposematic coloration. Other fish rely on dull tones to avoid attention entirely. Silversides flash brightly when turning. Their reflective scales confuse predators by scattering light. In murky rivers, electric fish generate weak electric fields. They sense distortions in these fields to locate objects. This ability allows navigation without sight. Fish reproduction strategies vary widely. Some species are live bearers. Guppies give birth to fully formed young. Others lay adhesive eggs that attach to rocks or plants. In some species, males guard nests fiercely. Three-spined sticklebacks are known for elaborate nest building. They gather plant material and glue it together using secretions. After fertilization, the male fans the eggs with his fins to provide oxygen. Care continues until the young hatch. Fish growth can be rapid in early life stages. Plenty of food and warm temperatures accelerate development. In colder climates, growth may slow significantly. Longevity varies dramatically. Some small reef fish live only a few years. Others, like certain rockfish, can live over 100 years. Rockfish age is determined by examining otolith rings. Each ring marks a period of growth. These air stones tell silent stories of decades beneath the sea. Fish schools respond almost instantly to danger. A ripple of movement travels across the group. This coordinated reaction reduces individual risk. The physics of schooling continues to fascinate scientists. Energy efficiency may also play a role. Swimming in formation can reduce drag. Like birds flying in a V shape, fish benefit from collective motion. Some fish migrate thousands of kilometers to spawn. Atlantic bluefin tuna cross entire oceans. Their journeys span years and vast distances. Navigation remains partly mysterious. Magnetic fields, sun position, and ocean currents may guide them. In coral atolls, small reef fish sleep within branching corals. At night, predators patrol. The open reef, daytime safety, shifts into nighttime caution. Imagine now a wide, open ocean under starlight. The surface glimmers faintly. Below, fish drift in slow arcs. A school turns together like a single living ribbon. Breathing becomes steady. Thoughts become lighter. We are drawing closer to 500 calming facts. The ocean remains patient. There is no rush here, only gentle movement, quiet adaptation, and endless blue stretching in every direction. Let yourself sink further into this stillness. We will continue, slowly, peacefully, into the next part of our journey. Take another slow breath in and gently let it go. If you're enjoying this peaceful journey beneath the waves, stay with us and let the steady current of calm facts guide you deeper into relaxation. Now, we continue. Fish existed before trees ever grew on land. Long before forests covered the continents, fish were already thriving in ancient seas. The earliest fish did not have jaws. These jawless fish, called agnathons, are still represented today by lampreys and hagfish. Lampreys have circular mouths lined with tiny teeth. They attach to other fish in a quiet, drifting motion. Hagfish can produce large amounts of slime as a defense mechanism. In water, that slime expands into a cloudy shield. Sharks are fish too. They belong to a group called cartilaginous fish, meaning their skeletons are made of cartilage instead of bone. Cartilage is flexible and lighter than bone, allowing sharks to move smoothly through the water. Unlike most fish, sharks do not have swim bladders. Instead, their large, oil-filled livers help them maintain buoyancy. Some sharks must keep swimming to push water over their gills, while others can rest on the ocean floor. The great white shark can detect a single drop of blood in a vast amount of water. Yet, despite their reputation, sharks play a vital role in keeping ocean ecosystems balanced. Rays and skates are also cartilaginous fish. Their flattened bodies allow them to glide gracefully along the seabed. Some stingrays flap their fins like wings, appearing to fly underwater. Bony fish, known as osteichthyons, make up the vast majority of fish species. Their skeletons are made of hardened bone, and many have swim bladders for buoyancy control. Fish come in nearly every color imaginable: brilliant blues, glowing yellows, deep reds, and shimmering silvers. In coral reefs, bright colors can help fish recognize members of their own species. In darker waters, silver bodies reflect light, making fish harder to see. Many fish have excellent vision, especially those living in clear, shallow waters. Deep-sea fish, however, often have very large eyes to capture as much faint light as possible. Some cave-dwelling fish have lost their eyesight entirely, adapting to complete darkness. Instead of vision, they rely more heavily on their lateral line system and sense of touch. Fish can hear too. They detect sound vibrations through their bodies and specialized inner ear structures. Sound travels faster in water than in air, creating a rich world of underwater acoustics. Some fish communicate using subtle grunts, clicks, or hums. The toadfish, for example, makes a humming sound to attract a mate. In certain coral reefs at night, the water is filled with soft crackling sounds made by fish and tiny snapping shrimp. The archerfish has an unusual hunting technique. It shoots a jet of water from its mouth to knock insects off branches above the surface. With remarkable precision, it calculates the refraction of light through water. The four-eyed fish appears to have 4 eyes, but each eye is divided into 2 parts, one for seeing above water and one for seeing below. This allows it to monitor both worlds at the same time. Some fish can survive being frozen. Antarctic ice fish produce antifreeze proteins in their blood. These proteins prevent ice crystals from forming in their bodies. Ice fish also have transparent blood because they lack hemoglobin. In cold, oxygen-rich waters, they survive without the red pigment most vertebrates need. The lungfish is another remarkable species. It can breathe air using a lung-like organ. During droughts, lungfish burrow into mud and enter a state of dormancy until water returns. This ability has allowed them to survive for millions of years. Remoras, often called suckerfish, attach themselves to larger marine animals like sharks or turtles. They travel effortlessly, feeding on scraps and gaining protection. The ocean is home to fish that farm. Certain damselfish cultivate patches of algae and defend them from other fish. They maintain their underwater gardens carefully. Some fish practice cooperative hunting. Groupers and moray eels have been observed working together to corner prey. This quiet teamwork increases their chances of success. The mimic octopus is famous for imitation, but fish can mimic too. The mimic blenny resembles cleaner fish, allowing it to approach other fish unnoticed. In freshwater rivers, catfish use sensitive whisker-like barbels to locate food in murky conditions. These barbels are packed with taste receptors. Taste in fish is not limited to their mouths. Some species have taste buds across their entire bodies. Fish metabolism varies with temperature. In colder water, their movements slow, conserving energy. In warmer tropical seas, fish are often more active and brightly colored. The tilapia is one of the most farmed fish in the world. Aquaculture, or fish farming, provides nearly half of the fish consumed globally. In the open ocean, drifting fish larvae are carried by currents. At this early stage, many look completely different from their adult forms. Metamorphosis in fish can be dramatic. A flatfish begins life swimming upright, but as it grows, one eye migrates to the other side of its body. Eventually, it lies flat on the ocean floor with both eyes facing upward. Some fish form lifelong pairs. French angelfish often stay with the same partner year after year. Others release eggs and sperm into the water in synchronized spawning events. In certain regions, coral reefs become clouds of life during mass spawning nights. Tiny eggs drift like snow through the warm sea. Fish scales can reveal their age. Much like tree rings, scales develop growth rings over time. By examining these rings, scientists estimate how old a fish is. The otolith, a small structure in a fish's inner ear, also contains growth rings. These tiny ear stones hold a lifetime record of environmental conditions. Fish play essential roles in ecosystems. They transport nutrients, control populations, and support countless other species. Even in the quietest stream, fish help maintain balance. As you imagine rivers flowing gently, coral reefs glowing softly, and deep oceans stretching endlessly below, allow your thoughts to drift, the steady rhythm of swimming fins, the hush of water moving past gills, the soft shimmer of scales in filtered light. There are still so many calm and fascinating facts ahead. Let your body sink a little deeper into comfort and join us as we continue exploring the peaceful, timeless world of fish. Take one more slow, deep breath in and let it go gently. You've drifted far with us now, through coral gardens, open oceans, icy seas, and silent depths. The water is calm, the current is soft. We begin our final stretch of this peaceful underwater journey. Some fish live longer than most trees. Rough-eye rockfish can live more than 200 years. They grow slowly in deep, cold waters. Time moves differently in the deep sea. Growth rings in their otoliths quietly record decades of life. Each ring marks another year beneath the waves. The ocean itself is ancient, over 4 billion years old. Fish have been part of it for more than 500 million years. They survived mass extinctions. They adapted through ice ages. They continue evolving even now. Some fish species are still being discovered. Every year, scientists identify new species in coral reefs, rivers, and deep-sea trenches. The ocean remains largely unexplored. It holds mysteries still drifting in darkness. Certain fish glow with biofluorescence. Unlike bioluminescence, biofluorescence absorbs blue light and re-emits it as green, red, or orange. Under special lighting, these fish shine in hidden colors. What appears plain to human eyes may be brilliant in ultraviolet light. Fish contribute to carbon cycling in the ocean. Through feeding and movement, they help transport nutrients from surface waters to deeper layers. Their role supports the entire marine food web. Even small fish play large ecological roles. In coral reef systems, fish waste provides nutrients that fuel coral growth. Reefs depend on constant nutrient exchange. Balance is everything. Some fish species travel between hemispheres. Ocean currents carry larvae vast distances. Connectivity between ecosystems is subtle but powerful. Fish populations are not isolated. They are linked across oceans. Freshwater fish also connect landscapes. During floods, rivers overflow into forests and wetlands. Fish enter these temporary habitats to feed and breed. When waters recede, nutrients are redistributed. Life above and below water remains intertwined. Some fish have reflective layers in their eyes that enhance night vision. This adaptation allows them to navigate dim environments. In twilight zones, enhanced sensitivity to light makes survival possible. Certain fish, like tarpon, can gulp air from the surface. This allows survival in oxygen-poor lagoons. Their swim bladders function partially like lungs. They roll at the surface briefly, then sink again into shadow. Fish skin patterns often serve multiple purposes. Stripes may break up body outlines, spots may mimic eyes to confuse predators, color gradients may blend with surface light from above and darkness below. Countershading is common. Darker backs blend with deep water when viewed from above. Lighter bellies blend with bright surface light when viewed from below. This subtle shading protects countless species. Some fish exhibit cleaning behavior even towards species much larger than themselves. Tiny cleaner gobies remove parasites from sharks. Trust allows proximity. Proximity allows balance. In the open ocean, drifting plankton support entire food chains. Small fish feed on plankton. Larger fish feed on them. Energy flows upward through layers of life. Some fish enter states of reduced activity similar to sleep. Though they do not close their eyes, their metabolism slows. They remain alert but restful. In aquariums at night, many fish settle into familiar resting spots. Coral polyps extend tentacles after dark. Nocturnal fish begin to move. The rhythm shifts but never stops. Fish schooling creates stunning natural patterns. From above, schools resemble swirling galaxies. From within, each fish adjusts subtly to its neighbors. Coordination emerges without central control. The ocean teaches quiet lessons in cooperation. Fish are symbols in many cultures. In Japan, koi represent perseverance. In ancient stories, fish symbolize transformation and abundance. Their presence in art and myth reflects humanity's long relationship with water. Today, conservation efforts aim to protect marine biodiversity. Marine reserves allow fish populations to recover. Sustainable practices protect future generations. Healthy oceans benefit the entire planet. Phytoplankton in oceans produce much of Earth's oxygen. Fish help maintain the balance of marine ecosystems that support this process. Every ripple connects outward. Some fish live in hydrothermal vent communities where water temperatures fluctuate dramatically. Even there, life adapts. Some fish live beneath Antarctic ice shelves in near darkness. Even there, life persists. From tropical lagoons to abyssal plains, fish inhabit nearly every aquatic environment on Earth. They swim in rivers that carve mountains. They drift in seas that stretch beyond the horizon. They glide in quiet ponds, reflecting starlight. Through all of it, their movement remains fluid. steady, calm. And now, as we reach the end of this gentle journey toward 500 relaxing facts, imagine yourself floating peacefully in warm, still water. Above you, soft moonlight touches the surface. Around you, fish move slowly in silver arcs. There is no urgency, no noise, only breath and the distant hush of the sea. If this calm voyage through the underwater world has helped you relax, unwind, or drift towards sleep, gently support the journey by subscribing and returning for more peaceful explorations. Let this channel be your quiet ocean whenever you need it. For now, let your breathing slow completely. Inhale softly. Exhale fully. The ocean is vast, the water is calm, and you are safe, drifting peacefully in the endless blue.